Hey there, vinyl community, music lovers, random people that stumbled on this video, stalkers, whoever you are. My name's Tom. You're watching my channel, High Rant District. And I'm going to continue here with building my vinyl collection, showing records I picked up during 2014 when I started getting back into getting my music on vinyl again. This video is going to show 10 records, LPs that, well, not all LPs, 12-inch records that I picked up around May-ish of last year, of 2014. So let's get into it. First up, what is this called? People's Instinctive Travels and the Paths of Rhythm by A Tribe Called Quest. This is the debut album by A Tribe Called Quest. This is a reissue that came out in the mid-90s. The original came out in 1990. Great hip-hop album with a lot of flow, fantastic lyrics. You know, if you're not familiar, if you're questionable on hip-hop, I shouldn't say hip-hop, rap. If you're questionable on rap, hip-hop's a lifestyle, rap's a music. And you don't like gangsta type rap, then this is very positive music. Great lyrics, great flow. Not going to beat you over the head. Just, you know, sit back and relax to it and kind of get introspective. I Left My Wallet in El Segundo is the one that is probably my favorite here. Maybe a little bit of a close-up of some of the lyrics. It's a double LP. Not a gatefold, sadly. And let's see. Colorful label. What is it on? I don't know. It's on vinyl. Anyway, excellent hip-hop from A Tribe Called Quest. Next up, the Goo Goo Dolls. Back when they were a punk band, and they used to be one of my favorite bands, if not my favorite band, back when I lived in Buffalo. The album's called Jed. I think it's their second album. Came out in 1989. Here's a look at the track list. And this should be on Metal Blade Records. In Touch Management. No, it's on Death Records. They were on Metal Blade Records after Death Records. Duh. Alright. Scratch that. Metal Blade Records. And if you think the Goo Goo Dolls are a soft band, you're right, they're a soft band, but they used to be a punk band. They used to be so good. Love the track. The whole album's good. Up Yours, No Way Out. It's got a strong song called Sex Maggot on here, too. Sex Maggot was the original name of the band. However, they had problems getting store owners in Buffalo to put the flyer up in the window to advertise their shows with the name Sex Maggot, so Goo Goo Dolls it was. Great album. That was kind of punk. And sort of punkish, but I call this straight up rock and roll. The debut album from the Murder City Devils. This is from 1997. It's on Die Young, Stay Pretty Records. It's on yellow vinyl. Very cool record. I think Discogs wants to call it blues rock or something, but it's hard rock. Kind of got into them when I was watching. There used to be a band called Pretty Girls Make Graves, named after the Smiths song, but they were a great band. Call and response style, you know, if you're into that. And Derek Fidesco's one of the guitarists was fantastic, so I kind of like looked at what he did before. And I was like, oh, Murder City Devils, and then started listening, and you know, connections, yo. Good stuff. Next up, Ray Charles. This is a something I got at the Goodwill. Uh, I like Goodwill for cheap records and especially of things like I'm not sure of. You know, if you get to like spend just a couple bucks on a record, you know, you can take chances. This has Misery in My Heart, Baby Let Me Hold Your Hand, I'm Just a Lonely Boy. Let's see, Late in the Evening is good, Easy Riding Gal. Wonder what that's about. And here's a look at the tracks. This is like, you know, it's a good record because it's been electronically reprocessed. Let's take a look at the label on Coronet. Can't really tell when this one came out. It's probably a reissue. It's originally from 1958-ish, somewhere around there. Next, another debut album. Wu-Tang Clang. Wu-Tang Clan. I swear I have not had a beer yet today. Enter the Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers. Classic album from 1993. You know, you kind of, is one of those things, you know it or you don't, you like it or you don't. You know, if you don't, you don't. If you do, right on. Next up, another Goodwill find, Earth, Wind, and Fire. The album's called Gratitude, from the mid-70s. I don't know. It's a gatefold. Let's see. It's got Shining Star, Celebrate, and Sing a Song. That's what kind of jumped out at me. You know, I love that song. Sing a song, it'll make you gay. At least I think that's what the lyrics are. I don't know. I'm really bad with hearing lyrics. I kind of got to read them. Next up, debut album from Stiff Little Fingers. Inflammable material. It's paper, so it's probably flammable. But there's a closer look at the tracks right there. This is a reissue. The debut came out in, I don't know, 79 or 80. I'd definitely call it punk, but really good stuff. Next up is a 12-inch single by Jay-Z and Alicia Keys, Empire State of Mind. This song just, it really grabs me. You know, it's I was gonna say I don't know what it is about it, but I do know what it is about it. It takes me back. You know, I was born in the Bronx, and you know, although you know Jay-Z is in the lesser borough known as Brooklyn, the concept of New York State of Mind is just takes me back. You know, just like I can sit and listen to this song like over and over and over, thinking like, man, you know, I got to get back to, you know, living in New York one of these days. We'll see, but I love the song. It takes me back. Alicia Keys is wonderful. Great voice. It's just a fantastic song. You know, I'm usually like, I'm pretty much into LPs. LPs are my thing. And I dig debuts specifically. It's kind of off track here, but you know, 12-inch single of Empire State of Mind is just, it's fantastic. Highly recommend that one. Next up, the 1981 debut of the Gun Club. I guess you would call it. I mean, I guess it's punk, it's rockabilly, it's psychobilly. It's kind of a meld of things. It's really unique. It's a great album. You know, if you know one song, the song is called Sex Beat. Really catchy. I'm just surprised they weren't bigger than they were. You know, at least, you know, in popular circles. But really fantastic album. The Gun Club, Fire of Love. Take a look here. Label is Ruby. great punk, rockabilly, psychobilly, like taking the stray cats and like punking it up a bit. Last, have the debut album. Maybe not Jimi Hendrix debut album, but the Jimi Hendrix Experience's debut album. Are You Experienced? I was never huge into Jimi Hendrix growing up, but and this is a reissue, by the way. It's the original was from 1967, and but I popped this on and I can just like listen to it over and over and over. Really fantastic record. Purple Haze is on there. Hey Joe is great. The last song on side 2, Are You Experienced? I don't know, is fantastic. Here's a close up of the tracks. This is a reissue. It's probably 180 gram. It's mono. I kind of like, when I'm looking at a debut, I like debut albums, as I've said, once or twice. And if the album was originally issued in mono, that's kind of how I would like to hear it. Although I don't have a mono needle, I really should pick one up. Sound is fantastic. I like hearing it the way it was first created, before it got all stereoized or faux stereo or whatever it is. But really great album. I'm gonna have to dig into some more Jimmy. I know he's got a ton of albums out there, and kind of creeps me out to buy an album of somebody wherein the album was put out by the artist's family or studio or label or what have you after they passed away. So kind of want to look at the stuff that he made while he was still around. Great album. That's it for now. 10 albums, heavy on the debuts. I think about 6 of those were debut albums. Kind of really dig seeing where an artist is starting, and I think they kind of, my theory again being that they put everything they have into that debut album because they don't know, the artist doesn't know if they're going to get a second shot. And especially when you're making your first record when you're young, it's like you've got 20 years sometimes of just like stuff building up and like think about like if every time an artist put out a record they put like 20 years into like the creation of it, how fantastic every record could possibly be. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. That's it for now. It's opening day for baseball. The Mets are undefeated. They're going 162-0. Mark my words. Ciao.